Salutations, I'm Sailor7, and today we will be talking about Matrix. Matrix is a Discord alternative communication protocol that is built for your privacy. This is a chat service and not specifically a one-to-one communications platform, so don't expect this to match the standards of Signal. Rather, if Signal is your new phone texting service, Matrix is your new Discord. You use both applications for different things. However, this isn't an advertisement. This is a how-to video so you know how to join my Matrix space, as that is my choice of Discord alternative. First, I will cover terminology. Space. Space is the Matrix equivalent of a Discord server. Discord is fast and loose with their server definition, but Matrix actually understands what the word means and uses it appropriately. So instead, they use the term space. Room. A room is a channel or chat room. Pretty simple, right? Next up, home server. This is a little bit more complex. So a home server is the connection point that you are utilizing to access the protocol and to communicate with other people. And because it is decentralized and there are many other services that are coordinating with Matrix, there are plenty of host servers that you can utilize, and you can even host one yourself. I plan to do so at one point when I create when I set up my space into its fullest extent, and when I have the hardware to really host all of that stuff for myself, but that'll come in as we go. First step to sign up, though, is you find an application that you wish to use to access Matrix. Most communication services like Discord have a dedicated app to access them, and then have custom clients that are not entirely allowed, but people use anyways, like Vencord. Matrix flips that on its head, where we have the app that you use to connect to Matrix that could be many different flavors, and for those of you that are tech savvy, you can make your own if you want it. Applications that I recommend right now are Cinny, Element Web/Desktop, and Element Mobile. The difference between them is Cinny is really good at texting. It's not very good at much else. It has a lot of texting features, and its Discord service, a Discord-esque service, makes it the most easy to transition to. And we'll be utilizing that to start our transition. So, first we need to select a home server. Just for the showcase, we're going to select matrix.org, as that is the basic one that most people will probably select. And we also utilize that as the temporary solution for the space later. Next, we come up with a username. Pretty easy. So to give a little bit more detail about selecting a home server each of them have different requirements. One of them, with matrix.org, is they require an email address. Some of them don't require an email and just require a username. This way you can just connect without having to give them any personal information, instead of giving them the bare minimum. Let me set up passwords here, and I could go over the terms and conditions at some point in the future if you guys ever wanted to. Now, because this host server requires us to utilize an email, they have to verify that the email is real. So here we go with inputting our 6-digit code. This will take a moment. In the meantime, though, the Element mobile app is a little bit more unreliable based on some of the reviews that I've seen, but I haven't personally experienced any of these issues. Okay, so getting on to choosing your display name. This I recommend being different than your username, as your username is what ties to your account and your sign-in, while your display name is what will show up to everybody else. This way, it'll be a little bit more difficult for somebody to brute force their way into your account. They already don't have that first layer of connectivity, being your username, second layer being your password, third being your two-factor authentication of some kind, whether it's through your email or it's through the verification code that we're about to get into. Before you close your session, or for our cases, when we go to open our Element session, our Element browser, this is where we'll be verifying the account, that we will be creating a recovery key to access the account with future sessions with all of the encryption. So the verification or recovery key is that method that we'll be using. However, there are other ways, such as a passphrase or verifying with a secondary device. Now, here's the recovery key that we are utilizing for this. I will be refreshing it after I finish the showcase, as you don't want to share your recovery key. This is the key to all of your encrypted chats. So don't share this with anybody. Also, if you try to verify on it without having refresh the page, it will try to just input it from last, and it's still saved on the prior encryption key. Boom, verified. Now, once we are verified, we have access to the encrypted chats feature. So when we join my space, I had to do a delayed pause there because we don't want to use it with another application. But when we join the space, we will have access to various different rooms. These rooms can be encrypted or non-encrypted or unencrypted. Now, to join a space, you put in an address or a link into the join with address section. You can click on the link as well, and that'll do it. But for the address, you input the address, and then you hit join onto the space. Once you're in the space, though, you will have to join all the rooms individually. I know that may be a little annoying, having to click through all of them, especially if you're joining a whole bunch of new spaces. But realistically, this is going to help you in the long run, as it helps you organize what chats you actually want to communicate in. If you don't want to be a part of the build testing section, then you don't have to join the build testing chat. If you don't want privacy tips, you don't have to join the privacy tips chat. However, for this showcase, we're going to join all of them. Now, there is one for my space that I need everybody to join before you get access to any of the other channels, and that is Unregistered Members chat. This chat is here so that you can request for roles within different chat spaces. I recommend giving a little, saying a little welcome / introduction, being like, hey, this is my display name. Please give me registered member for these chats. Registered member is the role that I'm utilizing to assign privileges to message in those different chat channels. As I sit here and fumble in the showcase, being like, maybe I need to put something here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to phrase people, how I want people to phrase their entry requests. And I ended up with, could I get registered member? And that's fine. Realistically, ask how you want, but if you ask in the specific way that I put in the video, you'll probably get it way faster. Now, this is also where you want to put in specific chat rooms that you want access to. In this case, the only ones that I'm going to be chatting in with this specific account are general and general voice channel. Otherwise, I just need the ability to view what's going on in there, so I don't need registered member. When it comes to privacy tips, I don't need registered member. When it comes to rules, I don't need registered member, or advertising, or maybe you could use advertising because you are a content creator and want to advertise, or you have other content creators that you wish to advertise. You can put them there too. And then the announcements channel, of course, most people are not going to be chatting in there. It's just going to be me and my moderators, so there is that. And the moderator channels are hidden. They do exist. They are separate. There's some pretty cool features in this, and honestly, I recommend just clicking around and figuring out what you want to utilize. So when you first join a chat, they will say unable to decrypt, and that's because the messages are encrypted before you received your key. So now you don't have access to those messages. However, any future message that populates, you will have access to, as I will showcase relatively soon. But this is an unencrypted chat versus an encrypted chat. The unencrypted chat you'll be able to see right away. The encrypted chat will take a moment, but you'll be able to see it after a little bit once the system registers that you're actually here. But that's about all I have for showcasing this today. If you have any further questions regarding the service or protocol, whether it's technical or just buttonology, feel free to ask. I will give you the best answer I can, but do keep in mind, though, I am also trying to learn how to use this protocol. This is relatively new to me as well, but this will be my choice of alternative to Discord if need be, and I hope you join me. StereoLotus77, signing off.